Welcome to day 21 of our Vlogmas. It is so great that you've joined us. I'm so excited. We are just in the final stretch, the last few days before Christmas, and I hope that you've had a great time following along with what we've been doing. And I've got some special things to share with you today, so stick around and let's get to it. All right, I've mentioned Russia a number of times, but we've had the privilege to go to a few other places in the world as well. Here, a lot of our ornaments in this section of the tree reflect some of our privilege to be able to have traveled. We've gone on a number of Disney cruise line vacations. Here we've gone to Hawaii and we got this dolphin in a Christmas wreath. Here's another cruise line ornament of the pirate vessel. The pirate chest, rather. We've had the privilege to have gone to London, and so that reflects that trip, as well as to Rome. We have a number of London ornaments on here as well. Diane loves the monarchy and the queen, and so here's one of her corgis. And then here is a padded royal coat of arms, quilted, beautiful brocade work. Here's an ornament over here from Hawaii as well, carved out of a coconut shell and polished. It's hard to tell in this light, but that is the floral pattern cut out of there, a hibiscus flower. We've been to Washington, D.C. and got a White House ornament. Here is a rooster, which we got at Key West, Florida. There were roosters everywhere when we were down there on that island. Just so humorous. We had to come back with an ornament. And then, of course, we live here in Half Moon Bay, the pumpkin capital of the world, and blown glass pumpkins are available everywhere. So we have one of them on our tree. Day 21. We are getting so close. Here's one of our few remaining puzzles. King of the Hill, Mickey Mouse doing some skiing. Looks like he's having a great time. All right, I'm out here setting up for our party tonight at our church. I'm not trying to promote my church at all on this channel. What I am trying to promote during our Vlogmas is that we all have activities that we do in preparing for Christmas and for the holiday. And obviously, as I am a pastor at a church, a lot of my activities revolve around the church. So we are doing a Christmas carols sing-along, Christmas karaoke, hot chocolate, and that snack mix that Diane and I made for you the other day. But I do want to show you the setup, and so this is pretty fun. Okay, the stage area there. We have an outdoor stage that we built during COVID because we're doing outdoor services and indoor services. For a while, we were just doing the outdoor. Now we're doing both. And so here's the stage. I've put some blow-up trees next to it. So we've got some greenery. That greenery actually came from a tree that fell down in this last big storm. And on that television will be the karaoke for people to sing along with. Then in this parking lot, we have these cafe lights that are strung around. We've got a man in the church who has a rental place, and he is offering us these heaters, which are wonderful. Got a bunch of seating set around and some benches. And then on this empty table is going to be the Mexican hot chocolate. Mexican hot chocolate's a little different than hot chocolate maybe you're used to because it has a lot more cinnamon in it. It's just wonderful. Here are those snacks, the holiday mix, and everybody's going to get a string of lights to go around their neck or a headband to go on their head. And we're just going to have a fun time. We're just in the middle of the parking lot here at a business park. That's where our church is located. And so I have converted this front part of the parking lot into a seating plaza. 45 days of the Christmas story and our Bible verse for each day leading up to Christmas. And we are continuing to talk about the wise men, and so that's why we are here again. So the item in our verse, the character, the item that has to do with the Christmas story are the gifts that the wise men brought. And our verse is from Matthew 2:11, and it says, "Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh." Now, let me just say right up front, give you a little lesson in Bible interpretation. Generally, the most obvious and the plain answer is the way to understand what the Bible is saying. It's rarely this highly mysterious, code-driven, symbolic sort of book. There are parts of the Bible that are prophetic, prophecy, and so yes, there are symbols there. But most of the history books, most of the poetry books, they're pretty simple in what they're trying to convey. And the Gospels, the story of Jesus' life, is a historical account. So the wise men brought these gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And today's verse or character is gold. Then tomorrow, the book wanted us to do frankincense, and then the final day to do myrrh. I'm going to just talk about them all right now, and then the next 2 days I'll remind us of our Bible verse. But since it's the same verse all 3 days, I don't need to do a separate one every single day like that. So a lot of people have tried to understand what these gifts meant, creating symbols. Gold because of wealth, frankincense was an incense that was used from the priests, and myrrh was a burial spice. And so you can imagine the symbology of that with God, and the birth of the Savior and the King and the Messiah. The fact is these were standard wealthy gifts that were given to kings. And so we don't want to overread what that means. Again, they were just gifts. Now, when I say just gifts, they weren't just gifts. They were extremely valuable gifts that these wise men or magi, and magi were they were kind of the kingmakers, and they would travel and they would honor and welcome new royalty. And so they would bring that level of gift. Just like when people go to visit heads of state today, they bring valuable gifts from their countries. And so that's what this is, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I don't think we need to overstudy that. We do, though, need to look at what it means for us, how we apply that. And as I said yesterday, we bring our gifts to our God, and we bring our talents, our resources, and our heart and our emotion, and we present them before God because He's worthy to receive them. Okay. Thank you for watching. Waffle says hi. Yes, don't you? Yeah.